This is a different time. Like the fact that I can build up this much revenue in this much time.
AI voice agents are still one of the most untapped opportunities in the entire AI world. This is because businesses are still losing 136 billion per year in missed calls. So in the next few years, every business is going to need one. The good news is that it's getting easier than ever to build and sell these kind of AI voice agent systems without any coding or AI experience. And so today I'm sitting down with Mohan, founder of Thinkrr AI, one of the leading AI voice agent platforms for agencies to deliver on with over 30,000 go high level installs. He's going to share a story from having no AI experience to building a 2 million ARR business in 18 months and show you exactly how his users are creating powerful voice agents in minutes and sharing with all of you where the most demand for AI voice agents is right now. Mohan, great to have you on. Tell us a bit about Thinkrr and what you guys show us here today.
So we're Thinkrr AI. We're, like I said, just over a year old, and we're on track for 2 million ARR, which is like super fast growth. We have over 30,000 installations on GHL. You can think of us as Shopify, but for voice AI. So we really enable businesses and agencies to create and resell fully branded AI voice agents to their customers. And the whole point is doing that within minutes without code. So anybody who's a business or a reseller or an agency, that's who we talk about. We resell them, voice AI agents. And the reason why they would use us is to create recurring revenue streams for their customers. So any beginner would use our platform to come in, and if they're going to sell to their own clients, they would come in and learn first how to create an inbound agent, which is like a receptionist or a sales coach or a project manager, and use one of our ready-made roles and create that literally within a few seconds, entering some pretty simple data. We provide you with phone numbers out of the box in our platform, so you don't even need to get that. And then you can also set up similarly outbound calling as well. And any of our inbound agents can be converted for something that you can put on a website. We call them web widgets.
Yeah, and what sort of packages do you find that the agency is selling this for at the moment? Is it like an upfront and then a recurring? And are you able to handle the billing and invoicing through your platform or not yet?
We've seen, so we see people coming in and selling this for up to $2,000 for a setup fee, and then anywhere from $500 to $1,000 recurring. And they're setting up agents, and that's just focused on like the very simple use case of an inbound receptionist. Because there's so much ROI for people, they've been using that.
Cool. Okay. And do you want to just walk us back? I mean, people might not know that we know each other. We've been in touch for quite a long time. So Mohan actually came up through my accelerator program. I think you were in the first batch of 50 people way back when we launched in 2023.
Way back in the yeah.
So it's really awesome to see how far you've come, man. Like seriously, I probably wouldn't have recommended this route, but this is technically what we laid out in the program. This is the evolution of like, you find a use case, you get your hands on it, you get dirty, and then from there you're able to identify, okay, maybe I can go sort of up a bit with this and sort of build into something that's more scalable. The agency, especially a custom dev agency, is not going to be the most scalable thing, but you see it time and time again where people who are willing to get in there and get messy with it, they do identify the opportunities for products off of it. I just saw another guy who's been working in the general voice AI development space and identified a really good use case like testing voice agents, and that's a great way you see people move through the chaos of delivery and they find these use cases. So it's been awesome to see you make that transition and really hit it off so well.
Yeah, no, it's really good. So that was for me the big takeaway is like when you build a business and you're just starting off a SaaS product, you have to get product market fit. I mean, that's kind of what we did in the beginning. So like I had the idea, which was to fix the carburetor underneath the kitchen sink, and I just didn't want to do it. So I started thinking how AI could help me do that, and I started thinking of voice AI at that point, how I could just ask it to find me somebody who can come and fix it, even like complete transaction and payment on that call. I did a whole bunch of product market fit, and then I think around the summer of 2024. We launched the platform called Ava, which is what we'll talk about here. And by September, we had like about 1,000 GHL installations. We hooked up with GHL as a backbone of getting to market. And today we're like almost 30,000 GHL installations.
And yeah, so what was your journey in terms of your technical background, right? So you say you've worked in software, but you weren't necessarily development, right? You're on the sales side.
So I come from a development background, but like that was like almost 15 years ago when I used to develop. So it's been a while. Yeah. So really a lot more on the product side of things. And then eventually on the account management, like I was a managing partner in the past. So yeah, a lot more of the sales, business development kind of roles that I did. Definitely able to speak technical, but like if you asked me today to go code some Python, I probably would
Yeah.
not be very good at
Yeah,
it.
and a lot of people watching, the majority of my audience, I think, are people who are currently working at a job and they're looking to make the same sort of jump that you have. So before we jump into what you've got to show us here, could you give like maybe a few tips on what that transition was like for you?
My story is a little bit different. I actually decided to make the jump after I joined the accelerator. I was probably very ambitious and wanted to go heads in. So one of the things I would say when you want to do is you got to have revenue coming in pretty fast, right? So
Mm.
the first thing that I did is I did every side hustle. I did a lot of social media generation and automations back in the day when nobody was doing that, just to get the paycheck coming in. And I had enough money saved up, Liam, that
Yeah.
good jobs and what that I could you know bootstrap this and keep going. But I always made sure I was making enough monthly to cover my expenses so that whatever I was doing was like really an investment opposed to anything else.
Mhm. Sweet. Yeah. And what do you got to show us next?
Well, so I mean, I would love to walk you through the product and show you what that looks like. So this is the Ava platform. We're renaming it to Thinkrr Studio very shortly. And when you log in, you'll see that there's already an active template that we create for people for an inbound receptionist. We call them agents. And it's really intuitive, right? This is your home screen. You can create a project for outbound calling. This is where you can manage multiple accounts. So if, like I said, if you have lots of clients, this is a true multi-tenant system. So you can add all of your GHL accounts into here and click here and add them. Soon you'll be able to add like a HubSpot CRM into here or other integrations. We have integrations planned for different platforms in different niches like pharmacy and whatnot. Um, all your contacts can be managed in here. You can go to your phone history. We do allow you to set up phone numbers. It's pretty intuitive. You just come in here and we do Twilio on the back. Come in here, add a phone number, type in your area code. So I'll just type in, I don't know, 647, do a search. Oh, there's none available there right now. Let's do a 778 area code. And there you can see you get a whole bunch of different numbers. And I can just, within a few seconds, I've added
Oh,
a new phone number into my system, right?
so this is intended for like dual purpose use where a business owner can come on and set this up directly, and then agencies can, right? What are you seeing most of at the moment?
I'm seeing the first people to come on are people who want to resell to their businesses. So when they come in, they set it up first for their own business, their own agency.
And is that just AI agencies, you reckon, or is it mixed sort of digital agencies as well?
It's mixed. It's marketing. It's people who are selling to roofers. Is people who are doing like even mortgage brokers are a type of agency, right? Where they're coming in here and they want to have their real estate agents each have a single tenant or a single account to set up their own phone numbers and do all that. The nice thing is for people who are on our platform, they can actually come in here and mark up how much they want to charge per minute basis. So if they want to charge, we charge like a basis depending on the plan you're on. This one's a base of 18 cents, but you can come in here and say, I want to sell this for 25 cents. And that's your margin. And we pay
So
that out to you. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's
that's
quicker.
really nice. Making sure that those the cost and revenue scales, right? I'm not going to get any nasty
Exactly.
surprises.
Well, the nice thing is it works for you. You get paid right out directly. We use Stripe to connect to you, so you get paid directly into there. And um, the big thing is how easy it is to create an agent. This is one that I've already pre-created. But if you want to create a new one, you would just say, do you want to create it on the phone? Do you want to create it for the web or for both? Right. And this one here I set up just for the phone. I'll just show you this quickly. And when you open that screen, this is what you see. You can choose, different voices that you want. You can choose the different roles you want. This is a receptionist, the languages, all the stuff that you're kind of used to seeing, even ethnicity. But it's very easy laid out. These pleasing to the eye. And then when you do come in here to set it up, it's really step by step. How do you want to greet them? What's your introduction? Who are you representing? And then this is kind of the meat and potatoes of it. We've even put in a really slick UX, which allows you to come in and do real text editing, right? So
Hmm.
you can easily see what you're doing. Um, and then if you can add in like your knowledge base kind of thing here, where your key information. This is all text based right now, but if you wanted to come in here and do a true knowledge base, We call them knowledge packs. You can come in and set up a knowledge pack as well and add your
Nice.
PDFs or your websites, what you want in there. And then of course it's the goal. So it's also really easy to connect to like a calendar. Like a lot of things, it's that we realize people just struggle to do some of the things that they want to do because they have to go in and figure out how to prompt engineer these things. We've made it easy for business users, right? So you'll just come in here and go, okay, I want to set up a calendar. I want to use, we just connect to your backend system. This one's connected to high level. So I can connect automatically to whatever calendars are available in that sub account. And then I just give it the conditions upon which it would actually work. I can add more calendars if I had multiple calendars, up to 10 calendars in here. So I can say, this is for
Wow.
Mohan, this is for, Liam, and so on. And that's really slick, really easy to do that. You
So if
can
you
see
have
that
like
even with
different departments, if you like want to book
exactly.
them in with different people or just different reps. Yeah.
Basically like a call center within a few seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this is really cool here too. You can set up multiple phone numbers that you want to transfer to as well. And again, the same idea, you just click on here and add as many phone numbers that you want to transfer to and give it the condition upon which you want to do that transfer. You can even say what you want to say when it's about to make the transfer as well, which is pretty cool. And then we also give you the ability to come in here and create notifications. So you can say Mohan at Thinkrr AI. You want to get an email afterwards once the call is completed, et cetera, et cetera. So I can add up to 10 again here, easily do that. And you just toggle it on or off. So you can see, even though it's configured, I don't have to keep it on. This just makes it really intuitive and easy. And
Yeah,
then this
but
is the
that's
part I like.
definitely up there in terms of like the easy setup flows. I've always found that I mean, if you haven't got something like this to deliver your particularly receptionist and anything with real time booking through, it can be really gnarly. And this is a problem that I've been trying to like think my way through for a lot of beginners who are wanting to get into this particularly valuable use case, but they're sort of blocked out by needing to know go high level and have all of the technical skills to handle the booking and the calendars and the right sequencing and stuff like that. So this is really good.
Can I show you one magical thing?
Yeah, sure.
All right, click on deploy to web. All of a sudden, you've got your web widget created for you. All right, you come
Boom.
in here, you can have light mode, dark mode. You can even decide if you want it to look like embedded or an overlay. And
Mm-hmm.
the overlay UX is pretty slick. You can come in here and say, okay, this is what it looks like. It creates, you can come in and even edit the text in here that you want to.
So
And
are you seeing people just putting these straight onto their clients' websites as used for?
exactly. This is what people are
Nice,
doing.
nice.
And then we just generate the JavaScript on saving it. All right, so if I click on save and launch, oh, at least one domain. I didn't enter a domain. Let me enter in a fake domain here, test.com. Save and launch. Boom. And I can just
Well,
copy that code and that's it. It's done. So whatever I did on this agent, and if you wanted to test this agent, you just come and start clicking to save and test, and you can now start interacting with it. You just put in who's going to be making the call. In this case, it's John Smith. And now you're having a conversation with your agent within a few seconds.
nice. Yeah, I mean the testing is such a big part of the voice agents, right? And it's
Yeah.
it's hard to do it quickly, particularly as you add more functionality. I think for the sake of some of the maybe business owners, but probably likely the agency owners watching this,
Yeah.
where are you seeing the patterns arise in terms of the clients who are getting the most use out of this? Because obviously you can see where the usage is going on the. That's one of the benefits of owning the platform is that you can see this is part of
Yeah. I can see everything that's
the
happening.
benefit of what we had on Agentive is like, hey, we don't know where the AI agent use cases are going to be. So if we build a platform and get a lot of people using it, then we can see where the use cases are going to be, what is causing the most usage. So it's just as a sort of a nugget for people who are looking to maybe come on here and deliver services and
I'm
systems
finding,
to their own clients.
yeah, I'm finding really comes down to outbound calling. That's where the biggest demand is, and the high views are there. So a lot of like appointment confirmations, follow up conversations, lead magnets, database reactivation campaigns.
Yeah,
Those are the
for
big
sure.
ones that are coming up. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been really trying to figure out how to get a nice and smooth way of delivering that as a beginner agency owner as well. But it is just so gnarly if you're coming in and trying to doing it with. I mean, all of the I see it more so as you have call it layer one, which is building everything with a code, and that's what we've tried to get away from by going to low code and no code.
Yeah.
But then low code and no code delivery is kind of layer two, where there's still a lot of specialization and knowledge you need to have to deliver and flexibly kind of combine everything together. And then now we're seeing the emergence of this layer three, which is essentially like actually no code and actually no building, which is I see it kind of as the Facebook ads manager of AI, essentially. And you start to get these platforms like yours here, and there's a bunch of other ones that I've seen popping up as well that are abstracting it even further away from needing to know even the low code automation, because it's essentially built on top of what was kind of a connection of AI services and what we were doing with no code automation on Go High level. I think that's really interesting to think that there is this emerging new set of service delivery platforms that can take, like my big aha moment was that you don't need to code to start making an AI agency and start delivering stuff. And now there's like another aha, which is like, you don't even need to necessarily know AI automation super deeply in order to deliver on this new generation of platforms that are appearing. So it's an incredible sign for the space, and that there's even broader set of people that could get into this now that maybe didn't have 6 months or 12 months lying around to put into learning AI automation.
One of the things that you said that just resonates for you with me is like it's the abstraction layer, right? So we're adding a new abstraction layer in the next about 4 to 6 weeks, which is going to use voice AI to create these voice AI agents.
Nice.
So you won't even have to like it. And then the thing is, like, we're creating our own like LLM that's going to be able to like intelligently, based on all of our learnings over time, tell people how to create the best agent possible that gets the best results. Right. So this is, and then we're doing like
the optimization of voice agents is just so untouched right now. And I think as kind of like the Facebook ads manager, like these platforms that are appearing as a service delivery layer are going to be able to be the ones that offer that. I've seen like AI appointment setter platforms, and setters have been around a while. Like we kind of kicked that off on the channel. I think it was Isaiah was the first kind of one to bring that, and I interviewed him. And then now the AI appointment setter use case is a very well established one. And you're starting to see these platforms that are taking what people are probably using in various ways, but okay, let's have a like management layer on top of that to pull it together and say, okay, we have setter set up. Because all of this is run so heavily on prompts, it's easy to split test and version them and say, okay, let's run split tests, and then you can use AI to analyze the data from the split test to lead to more split tests. So I think there's a very, very interesting next probably 12 to 24 months of how the first businesses who not only have adopted this stuff, but are actually really intelligently using it, because it's such core parts of the funnel, right? Whether it's an inbound phone line for a local service-based business, or it's a speed to lead system, and how people are coming through and being able to get back to them quickly, and like optimizing that, and how can we try to squeeze a few more % out here and there. And then the companies that are optimizing well are going to have such that advantage will just keep sort of disappearing off into the horizon, as other companies are still doing basically nothing. So I think and I mean, I love a good dashboard, so I'm excited to see what you guys can get with those dashboards.
I'll tell you another pattern that's really interesting is like people want done for you services, right? Businesses, they're curious in the beginning. They want something that's simple. They want to have the illusion that they can jump in, and that's where our SaaS platform really helps, because they look at this and go, oh, I can do that, which is great. And we want them to think that way. But the reality is a lot of businesses are so busy that they just want it working for them, right? So if, as people are getting into the space, where we add a lot of value is like, you can take our platform. If you're somewhat savvy with AI, you can easily maintain our platform and then create a business and offer that real margin on the done for you services, right? Whereas like it's not a lot of work, but the fact that they feel like they can call you and keep in touch with you is super useful.
That's a very interesting insight, that like, even though they feasibly could do it themselves, they could come on here and set it up themselves, and it's not like it isn't rocket science, but they still would prefer to have that expert sort of in the loop. And I think that ties back to what we talk about a lot with the things we're doing at Morningside, where having a consultant or an AI partner that they work with, who they can rely on for bringing them the latest and greatest stuff. So, okay, hey, there's new optimization features, let's plug this in. And I mean, this kind of merging of the AI agency world with the older like digital agency and marketing agency world, where we now have with this third layer, essentially these traditional agencies that can now sort of start to tap into that pie. I think we're going to see a big merging, but there's still going to be quite a clear line between the technical ones who have gone through and done all the gnarly work and the ones who are
Yep.
coming in and just sort of strapping it onto their existing offer. So only time will tell how this plays out. But I'm betting on my AI agency crew to go on to build the softwares and stuff. I think that's really where we should look to progress long term.
Those are
Like yourself.
great opportunities, right? Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what we're doing too. We have all types of projects that we work on. I don't ever say no to good consultancy work, right?
Yeah, yeah. High margins.
Well, high margins, but also like really interesting work as well.
Great
And
data
you know,
collection. Like
great data
I'm always thinking about what my data streams are, my data feeds are, and
yeah.
if you can get yourself in a like the conversations we have with our clients is, and even for me early on when I was first making the channel, I had a very interesting data feed because I was on like 10, 15 consulting calls a week. So I was just ear to the ground listening to the space. But yeah,
It's funny how, because we've created a community of over 6,000 people, right? And those people come and they'll tell you what they want. They'll tell you what they need. And if you're listening, you'll be able to build the right thing. And then, introductions, referrals, they all come because, before you know it, people are talking to you differently. They're like looking at you differently and they're like, hey, how can you help us? And you realize, well, a year and a half ago, you guys didn't even know my name. And now it's like
yeah,
everybody's talking about me. And
yeah.
it's cool.
So you felt the
Humbling.
AI celebrity effect. I'm pointing this. I keep talking about it, but man, when you're the AI guy, there is this like there's a kind of a celebrity effect that comes from it when you're in a room with a group of
Yeah.
entrepreneurs and like, well, Mohan's the guy or like Liam's the guy who's like really deep in AI.
Yeah.
Everyone's sometimes they won't like come up and say anything, but they all want to like, hey, can you help me in some way? Can you help me learn it or help my business or do consulting for me or is there anything I can do? But yeah, the AI celebrity effect, it's definitely a real thing.
For me, there's so much that I've learned from just starting a business up, but also just being in the AI space. Like to me, this is, and going. I think the big thing that I've learned is like I've tried to run different businesses and start different businesses before. This is a different time, right? You can build like the fact that I can build up this much revenue in this much time, short time, is okay, it's not you know one of the IDEs or the devs that we talk about lovable type numbers, but it's still pretty fantastic.
But I mean, if this is the new norm, then that's a fucking great time to get into business. Like if this is what people can expect if they're intelligent and hardworking, um, it's yeah. I've just been working on a script today for a video, and it's just how can this isn't just another like make money trend. This is like one of the greatest, like the most significant wealth generation opportunity of our lifetimes, potentially of ever, if you're talking about individuals. And there's never been more
Yep.
power in their hands. I call it like the solo entrepreneurs trifecta. We had PCs, and then we had
Yep.
the internet that connected it all and gave us access to the internet. And then we have now AI. Like, what more could you possibly ask for apart from like those three? You now have labor leverage on demand through AI. You can build agents. You can use ChatGPT agent to start doing tasks for you. It's going to be one person has the power of like 20 or 100 if you know what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
like the whole Sam Altman $1 billion one person company. Like that stuff's. I say like if he's saying what $1 billion company will come from one person, then fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sure all of you can get the information to make
Yeah.
$10,000 a month or like $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
If there's $1 billion one person company, then there has to be everything in between. So it's never been a better time to start.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of numbers, like we're actually not a one-person team. There's a lot of people working with
Yeah. Of
in-house.
course.
But it's
I know that. Yeah.
but like everything you said is absolutely true. And for me, I enjoy the services side of things, but I'm a product guy through and through. So for me
Yep.
to create, something that I'm proud of and something we're building, and uh, I think this is the first true multi-tenant vision system, voice AI system that exists out there.
Mm-hmm.
By multi-tenant, I mean like you want to configure, for one customer to have only one agent, you can do that. You want to have unlimited, you can do that. Like you have total configuration. Our next big thing is like prefabricating packages. This is actually a big trend that I'm seeing. People want journeys, right? They have a business, they
Yeah.
know what the major journeys are. So we're like focused on the short-term rental space. And for the short-term rental space, we want to call the person before they arrive, give them their code so they can log in, and then give them the voice number or even a voice agent that they can talk to while they're staying there to figure out how their
What's it mean
microwave
having
works.
kind of niche packages within the platform that you've gone in and done a bit of extra engineering work on top to give them a
It's
sort
all
of
about the product experience and making
okay,
it dead
yeah,
simple for them to create that
attacking for
business.
verticals. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh well. Is there any other source you want to give for, I mean, an agency owner who's watching this and thinking about trying your product or getting their beacon to start selling these kind of services? Anything particular around maybe client acquisition? What's the best way for them to get in front of? Who are the people who really, really, really need this stuff?
I think you have to be really not shy. Like if you're a bit shy and you don't want to get out there, it's not going to work. So what we did is we did a lot of, Facebook Marketplace, viral ads. We did webinars. I'll do live events now. So really meeting with people and building relationships is super important. The thing that we did is also build a community. I said there were 6,000 members in there. That took time to build, right? We built courses inside that community for people to kind of get started. We have the 100K SaaS company course that you have on there too, right? Which helps people to get started. So a lot of things like, I don't want to sound like but I did steal a lot from your playbook, Liam, and learned a lot of what you were doing.
Right. That's what it's here for. I mean, that's what we're all derivatives of something or someone, like I got my style or how I did it from like a combination of, that's the name of the game. So I'm happy I had a positive influence on it.
Yeah, and we used Alex Hormozzi as one of our kind of base outbound cases. We call it the closer scenario, and you can build that out. And so we take a lot of the best practices that are out there and just put them into this platform. So if you want to use the closer framework from Alex Hormozzi on our platform, you just click on create first project that you see on the screen there, and it'll open up like a set of offerings that you can literally do that with. It's pretty slick. You just come here and click on
boom
sales. There you go. And that's the one from Alex Hormozzi, right? So that's the sales strategic opportunity closer.
The one on the right?
Yeah.
There you go, yeah.
So these are things, and you just literally go in the same type of UI, UX, just a couple fields to populate, and then you're off to the races.
Awesome. Well, Mohan, mate, I'm incredibly proud of what you pulled off here. I think you're a great example of the community of just getting after it. I mean, you've been here for a while now, but it's definitely paying off, and I'm so happy that you've been able to come on here and share your story. If anyone's interested in hopping onto Thinkrr and making their own voice agent, and like many of the other agencies on there, you got 30,000 installs and go high level. It's popular for a reason, guys. So if you want to check it out, it's going to be in the description down below. If you want to check out Mohan's socials and also his platform here. But yeah, it's been great to see how you can validate this voice AI use case in so many different ways with so many different people. So I'm sure this isn't the first we hear of you, mate, and I look forward to have you back on to hear your next progress over there. This is exactly the kind of success story that I love sharing on the channel. Someone who's just taken action, found their niche, and built something that actually works and is getting results with it. So whether you're starting an AI agency, you're building voice automations for your business, or you're creating the next platform like Mohan did, you can join my free school community down below for the best roadmaps and resources to help you get there. And if you want to learn more about me and my business, Morningside AI, you can see the behind the scenes channel, which will be linked in the description. And if you have an awesome AI success story that you think is worth sharing with the world, then you can find the link in the description so you can fill out that form. And hopefully we'll be having a chat soon. If you want to learn how someone went from non-technical with no AI and coding background to making $300,000 per month, you can check out my interview with Nate up here. That's all for the video. I'll see you in the next one.